It's Fanzo Patrol time. I'm the host of Fanzo Patrol. My name is Montego. With me is my wonderful co-host, Miss Tifflebot. How are you doing this week, Tiff?
Good. I was just getting on to make sure that we were live,
Yeah,
and we are. We're good.
yeah.
I see the live up there. We just like to check. But as I open, the fucking YouTube opens to like those shorts. I'm just like, the fuck? Like, mind your business. I'm trying to get to a site. Like, anyway, it's fine. Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm all right. How was your week? Everything good?
um, yeah. So far, so good.
Yeah,
Oh, it's a Sunday. Last week was fine.
yeah, yeah. And that's a genuine question, you guys, because we just hopped on.
Yeah, it was just we just finished.
I just finished watching a movie, like literally just a few minutes ago. But this week, man, as we promised, we're taking our journey to the Oscars, and so this week we're doing Oscar nominee for Best Picture F1, the movie, not not the race circuit. So, man, um, here comes the goddamn cat. Anyway, so it's been a good week, man. The snow is starting to melt. I'm feeling good about that. I went and looked at some boats yesterday. I saw something that was pretty promising because I'm about to get my ass on that water, Tiff. I'm tired of
Hell
talking.
yeah. Get the
I'm
weather.
tired,
Weather, good
tired of
weather.
talking about it. Yeah, man. So I'm looking forward to that. It was nice getting out the house yesterday. Today, I'm just recording, man. That's all I'm gonna do. Keep it moving. So anyway, man. So last week we did one battle after another. We have done centers on the show. We are doing F1, and I don't know when the I need to check and see when the actual Oscars night is because we can probably squeeze one more as long as it's not tonight.
Yeah.
I don't think it's tonight, but it's coming up soon. Super Bowl and all that stuff just
Yeah,
bam,
it does go right after another.
yeah, yeah. So anyway, man, this week we are doing Brad Pitt, and which we don't say too often on the show. Despite all the movies he's been in, right? I mean, he's one of those guys that does a big movie every blue moon. So anyway, man, I'm looking forward to it. I actually wanted to see this movie for a long time, Tiff. It was on Apple. They kept, they advertised it. And then you was like, oh shit, it's at the theaters. And then it stayed at the theaters. And it stayed at the theaters. And it stayed at I couldn't believe I was like, what the hell? Because like any other movie, I'm just waiting for it to fall, 3 weeks later back into my lap so I can watch it, in the comfort of my home. Well, because it was in the theater so long, Tiff, man, this thing grabbed $189 million domestic, right? And it cleared like 654 worldwide. Now, Formula One is big, and it's so weird in
Yeah.
racing because it moves around, man. At one point NASCAR was the biggest thing going, almost rivaling football in America, which I always found great because it's especially in its heyday, it's so exclusionary, of so many people. There's zero opportunity for anybody who's not just a regular,
Rich.
well, no, white American, and
Oh,
country.
I'm so sorry. I'm thinking about Formula One.
No, no, I'm talking about NASCAR. So when it was starting to get popular, it was pretty much getting popular with white people. It wasn't getting popular with the others, even though
Right. Right.
others like racing too. But Formula One is international, man. You get all kind of drivers from everywhere, and it's massive now. I've been a fan for years. I've always liked that racing the best because of I like that it doesn't go in the circles. I like that it ziggity zags. Uh,
Ziggity zags.
well, they do all kind of driving, so it's like it's more real. So every time we do it, I mean, we have a driving movie, that comes up. I'm like, we should do that movie, because I really like that. You okay, Tiff? You look pretty distracted right now.
Can I have it 1 second?
Sure.
I'm just gonna turn just one
Oh,
second.
so
I'm
we
so
are
sorry.
live.
I'm so sorry. I know. I'm so sorry. Just 1 second.
Okay, so I'm just gonna soldier on here. Uh, so on Rotten Tomatoes, man, we have 82 for the audience on Rotten Tomatoes, and no, 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 that's not 82. The 82 is for the critics, which is high praise. We'll see how long that lasts. It's been out for a long time, but the audience love this thing, man. It's at 97%, man. So at 97%, everybody going to the theaters. That's 10,000 plus people. Jesus. So people like this movie. Is all I'm saying. So let me see. Moving on over to our last metric no, we have no more metrics. That's all the metrics we got. So look, man, I'm just gonna keep on going here. So F1 2025, PG-13, 2 hours and 52 hours, 35 minutes. Um, car, action, motorsport, action, drama,
I'm
sports.
back. I'm so sorry. Woo
Okay.
wee.
This should make it, thank you for making it very weird for me, but
I'm so sorry. I appreciate that. I had a little bit of a little phone emergency there for a second, but I'm fine. Everything's good.
okay. So, a Formula One driver comes out of retirement to mentor and team up with a young driver. Who
That's it.
writes this
That's
stuff?
it. That's it.
You guys could be a little bit better than this with some of this descriptive. Anyway, so um, yeah, movie stars who, Tiff?
Oh, this movie, of course, we cannot get away from Brad Pitt because he's the big star in this movie. But
Mhm.
also, I was surprised to see Javier Bardem because I forgot I haven't seen this trailer. It's been a long time, so I didn't know like the other main people in this movie. Damson Idris,
Yeah,
that's the other Formula One driver.
yeah.
Carrie Condon, Tobias Menzies, Kim
Hmm.
Bodina, Sarah Niles, Will Merrick, Joseph Balderrama. There's a whole bunch of people who also I don't know.
Hmm.
Callie Cook, Samson Kayo, Simon Coons, Liz Kingsman.
Yes, I
Some
think
people who are
Coons
Formula
was
One
there
people, I think.
for a hot minute. Yeah, they had a bunch of B rolls and stuff that they kept showing, like this driver, that driver, that driver. But I'm sure. I mean, maybe they filmed it, maybe they didn't. Because that footage looks good right now. If you just go out and look at it right now, it looks like that. You know. So, before we go any further, man. Oh my God, that was exhausting. It was so loud. I forgot to turn it down. Woo.
Oh shit.
Sorry, audience. My God in heaven, it was so loud. Tiff, one word. What you got?
Um, I had a one word, and it's completely escaped me now. But I'd say this
I can
movie
use
is
mine if you want to think about it for a minute.
no, it's boring.
Boring. That's your one word. Wow.
Actually,
This,
like
this is
I
about
feel
the
like
end.
this
Go ahead.
nothing. This movie made me feel like nothing.
Hmm.
Like not I wasn't excited. I didn't feel like anything was actually like nothing's on the table. Like it's just a movie that looks nice and then there's racing that happens. Like
Okay.
the emotional ties are not there for me.
Okay. So my one word is exciting because it
Oh.
was very exciting to me. I felt that even if you didn't watch, auto racing, that it could get exciting the way the movie was filmed and the cinematography and was things that we seen in other like race movies, but I think it was done better with less flair that you would see in some of the other some of the past auto movies that you see all this slow motion stuff and extra dirt and rubber and stuff. I think they kept it pretty tight, which made it look really good. And again, the audience score for this sucker is like over 10,000 people. Put it at like 92, I believe. So uh, it was very exciting for me. Now the question is that 97 audience score,
Uh-huh.
82,
Uh-huh.
82. So the question begs though, is this an Oscar contender? And I don't know. What are your thoughts?
My problem with this movie isn't like I think it's like a lot of sheen on it. Like it's very we've got a lot of big, we've got big actors and like with Brad Pitt, he's got a lot of pull. And then it's very fancy. They've paid a lot of money for this movie, obviously. We know that. The budget was like 200 300 million.
Mhm.
Um so it looks good. You can't deny that everything looks flashy. They've got this technology stuff that's like really cool. The cars look good. The races look good. The problem for me is that the dialogue is really flat. The story's pretty predictable. The acting is like some all I can say about it is some people aren't phoning it in. Like Brad Pitt is I don't know what he's doing. Like it's fine. But like is it like but I feel like we just coming off as talking about sinners and talking about one battle after another where people are like doing great work and everything's really,
Yeah.
I don't know. There's nothing wrong. Like it's a very popcorn movie in my opinion. There's nothing like wrong with it.
Hmm.
Like for me, it's kind of hard to like separate the fact that I find racing sort of boring anyway
Hmm.
from the fact that the movie's a little bit just sort of lackluster in terms of things that I care about.
Hmm.
So like for me, it's a fine movie to watch, having an entertainment time. I don't think it deserves to be nominated for an Oscar compared to these other movies that we've seen so far.
Yeah, I would agree with you 100%. Well, almost 100%
Yeah,
on.
you had a nice time.
I really did. I enjoyed myself, and I did like Javier. What's his name? Bardem.
Yeah, I love him. I mean,
Yeah,
it's yeah, he's just such a delight to see at all times.
yeah. He was.
Um,
I really liked his character in this, but I will say that again. I find the movie to be very exciting. I found it to be moving in some, but not because of the actor. It was not because of the acting. It was mainly because of just the excitement and the thrill of the racing. And I like the fact that so the story is spoilers up anyway. The story is it's a familiar story. It's basically it's a Ronin story. The Ronin comes in on his horse, and the older Ronin, and he's gonna mentor the up and coming hero. And by the end, he wins the war, and then he gets on his horse, grabs his katana, and rides off into the sunset. Doing other adventures, and a lot of setups are like that. And so basically, this is just done with cars. Again, I enjoyed my damn self. I had a ball, man. I was like, oh, this is cool. But I'm just like, yeah, it's I was really surprised that it's in the Oscar category. Now, if you say uh best special effects, I'm like, yeah, yeah, man, because despite the fact that a lot of that technology is already invented on those cars. They could have been lazy and went and just got footage. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
which a lot of movies do, but they didn't. They had to. I believe they, invented new rigs and stuff to be on these cars so they could be smooth and clear and to do the things they were doing. And then with all race movies, with most race movies, with movies with the Ronin coming into the town, they follow a certain formula. And once you got into the movie, it didn't follow the same formula what I like because them bastards just lost and lost and lost and lost and lost and lost. And then the race that they win was an insignificant race. It wasn't like it had no stakes. So for me it was just like a team bonding win
yeah, yeah.
or at the end that was the point. But then you kind of ruin it by going I'm jumping all the way to the end by just having him ride away. Anyway,
Yeah, yeah. There's like, and like, you kind of have this feeling. There's an unevenness in this movie for me, where you get this feeling like at the beginning they kind of present him as somebody who's like learned from his mistakes, and has like yeah, like you're saying, like a Ronin character, a rogue guy who's just sort of out there farting around, but he's like. He's simple. He's a simple guy. He wants to just prove that he can race. Like he's learned to control some of his stuff, but it turns out he's learned nothing, and he learns a lot of that within this movie. Like we see like a lot. We get a lot of his backstory when they're doing that interview. The guy who's an asshole is like interviewing him,
I
and
thought
it,
that was a pretty cool scene, but go ahead.
well, they're like info dumping you. They're like saying like you had this, you had this. We don't get that in the story. It doesn't really matter because like it matters not to the story. Um, like I like his relationship with this reporter throughout the movie, but we get a lot of information about him, right? But you get this feeling that he's moved past those things, right? Because he does all that. He doesn't gamble anymore. I mean, he does do the bet with that guy, but he's not like he goes to Las Vegas, doesn't do any gambling. Um, he's old, but he has, you know what I mean? Like you get this impression that he's changed, but then he still struggles with some shit.
Well, as an older man, it's it never stops. So just so you know,
Well, I mean, we're still alive. We still
right,
make mistakes, you know?
right. So let's start from the beginning, and it's not that beefy to go through, but so
Yeah, it's
but
pretty formulaic.
there's people who haven't seen it. So the dude is living the life of a surfer. He literally has a surfboard on the side of his old like minivan. I mean his old van that he's like. I thought he was in a trailer because they're at NASCAR. You're like, oh shit.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, oh, he must be in a trailer, and it was a shitty trailer. No, he's actually living in his VW, and I'm like,
And
oh
I
shit.
will say, I thought at first that it took place in the past
Oh, just because
because
of
of how old the van is and
the van
stuff.
was.
Until Javier, like even until Javier Bardem showed up, and I knew like I must have just like I don't know as well certain things. So until Javier Bardem showed up with his cell phone, I was like, oh, okay, we're like in the
Oh yeah, because
present
they,
day.
they were in a shitty part of United States,
Yeah.
wherever the hell they were, and
And he's in a laundromat, and he's wearing like very like he doesn't have a phone, at least I haven't seen yet.
he don't
And
give a
he's
shit
wearing
about money, and he keeps
right.
saying. So
He gets and I think the other thing that made me think that it was kind of set in the past was the check that he got was $5,000, which like isn't very much money today.
that ain't no money at all. I mean,
Right.
really,
So like I was like, "Oh, okay. That's like a bonus. That's not very much money."
that
I
ain't
don't know
even
how
no
much.
bonus. That
Right.
ain't
Right.
shit.
He's like, "I'm going to live off this for a while." And I'm like, "What? For a month?" Like
Yeah, I mean, granted, it wasn't like the big, stock cars at NASCAR. It was a 24 hours at NASCAR, and he was one of the drivers. But damn, a 5G, shit, he needs a manager. Anyway, so we find out that he leaves, doesn't want to trust. He's super superstitious, right? He doesn't want to touch the trophy. It's bad
Mhm.
luck. He leaves the guy high and dry. Like not even high and dry, but come back next year. He fulfilled his end of the bargain, and then he left. And this guy was excited, like we can win now. And like nah, next race. Like he's in search of the ultimate wave.
Yeah,
That's
he wants. I think there's also, if this was a more complex movie, I think what we'd be seeing was he's constantly searching for something that'll fix him, and he's not going to find it. Instead, it's presented as it's very much. I won't say this till later, but like yeah, he's constantly seeking. He's still seeking. But we
movie
don't kind
starts
of
with an old school crash, though.
yeah
Starting that, and you assume it's him. And so, in my opinion, I thought that his attitude was that, well, I should have been dead a long time ago, so I'm just gonna live to the next
yeah
race. That's the
yeah
he
yeah.
mentioned.
I want to just race. You
Yeah, yeah,
know.
yeah. So Javier comes in with that. The suit was a little tacky. I thought it just.
Yeah, I mean,
I
but
didn't. We was in a sweet car, but he pulls up. They do the old, you're a bastard, give me a hug thing, good friends. And he lets him know he's in trouble. He's $3 million in a hole with his team. They're going to take it. I thought that was cool. Because as far as the intricacies of NASCAR, like this movie really surprised me in some things because I watched the races and, I'm thinking the team is that pit team right there and the owner, the massive amount of people being employed by each team. What
wow.
it was staggering to me. I'm like,
And they're
Jesus.
making they are all making money.
Tiff, Jesus.
Well, like I said earlier when I was just distracted, my apologies. F1 is a rich person's sport. It's a very and rich people watch it and rich people play it.
It
And
didn't
the
used
few
to be though.
times
It didn't used to be. It's been
anymore, it's
changing.
very very much rich people.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
Very very
changing.
very much.
Yeah.
And I feel like in the past little part of time, the only person who hasn't been rich or who hasn't been born rich, who's done a lot of F1, was a guy who scammed people out of a lot of money to do F1.
Oh Jesus.
He was like, I heard about him on a scam artist podcast. But like, so what I'm saying here is like,
Did you?
yeah, yeah. So like more than, and I can't remember his name because I'm not good with that kind of stuff. But like, he like to the point in this movie, it's hard to like contemplate like this woman that like so for instance they have a woman on their team and she's a team lead.
She's the
She's got
engineer.
some kind of title.
She's an engineer. I forgot her title, but
Yeah, and so like she's like one of like the first woman to do it in F1 in this movie. She's like the first woman to do it in F1.
she designs
Um,
cars is what she
and
does.
yeah, and she's like a scientist. So these people are making money, and then everywhere you look in this film, the white tile flooring,
Oh yeah.
the walls are white lighted. It's
Oh
like
yeah. And
expensive.
most of those things, Tiff, they go to these races. Those are like modular homes. They pop those suckers up overnight. They like a
Hmm.
Lego. They connect the duct, but it's dope. You know what I'm saying? It's like, God damn, it's dope. A lot of money, a lot of money, a lot of
Yeah.
money. It just makes me wonder because the racing pendulum does swing. It's something is popular for a time, and then all of a sudden something else is popular. And so like IndyCar was really 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 popular when before NASCAR. And then NASCAR got really 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 popular, and now it's like now it's Formula One's turn, and Formula One had its turn previously too. So
Hmm.
kind of just like swings with attitude and stuff like that. So anyway, man, we come in and you know I'm so glad. So he comes in, he meets the rookie, right? I'm so glad this wasn't a rehash of Cole Trickle and Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise being
There
Cole.
is a lot of like Top Gun type shit in this. Is that
Well,
what
no,
you're
no,
talking about?
no. Days of
Oh,
Thunder.
Days of Thunder.
Right.
which God, it's been forever.
But it did not follow that formula, thank God, because I was like, he came in, he was like, "I'm gonna get in the car and I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna beat your time," and I was like, "Oh, he's gonna do it," and I'd have been like, "That's the same shit, you just,
That's it.
this
Don't you
raggedy."
steal it. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 but no, he wrecked that damn car his first time, and I
Yes.
was like,
Okay. I will say that I, as a person who was saying it's pretty formulaic, was surprised that they were continuously bad for as long as they were.
they were bad too. They was
Yeah,
tearing the
they
damn
were bad.
cars up. Man. I was like, "Oh, are they ever gonna have a near victory?" Their first near victory was 10th place, and I like the line that he's like, "What are you smiling for? You came in." 10th."
Yeah.
So these guys hate each other, pretty much because I wouldn't say they're exactly the same because I don't think the young boy was as reckless as
Yeah. And I
as
also think
he was as when he was a child. I mean, a
yes, yes,
youngster.
yeah. Like, I'm so sorry, I'm gonna talk over you. The
No,
Brad Pitt
it's fine.
character is like ready, like he has always kind of been this way since he was young.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, we find some stuff out later that they have some similarities. I enjoy that they have those similarities. But I like the fact that this kid is very different from him, right? He like,
Super.
and
Yeah.
he has like people he cares about. Like he cares about his image, but he has like that guy who's kind of like his agent. He's an agent who's like telling him, "Hey, like this," and that's true. Like if you are in a sport and like you didn't come into a sport being rich, and I don't know, they don't say whether this kid was rich or not. I
No, he
think
was
that
not.
he's made rich because he's been good at
He
sports, and
signed,
so
he signed a contract. This is
yeah,
his
to make
first year.
money.
His first year as a rookie. You don't make no money until you sign that big time contract. He's supposed to be the next best thing. He signed the contract, so all this is new money for him, man. But he's
Hmm.
very comfortable in it. Plus, he's that age, man. He's that Generation
Yeah,
Z,
where you want to spend your money, be flashy,
which
like,
is
and
really
he's not
weird.
even super flashy in this movie.
Well, he was flashy to me. I'm like the
He
shit he's
acts
wearing.
flashy, but like, I guess the most flashy thing he owns is a car. You know what
Well,
I mean?
the apartment was nice as hell too.
But
Holy shit!
that's for his mom.
Yeah, but still, I'll take it. Right? I'll take it. I'll
I
move
know,
right
like,
there.
personally, he didn't seem to be super flashy besides being directed to be so, is what I felt. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
okay. We'll disagree, but I felt that he was very comfortable with that bullshit. I mean, he would. I mean, that smile when they was about to get into a
Oh,
fight.
like doing the, yeah, when
Like,
he was talking
oh,
to him, he was like camera ready.
I was like,
But
hey, no, dude, what you did? But so another thing they didn't do that was formulaic, that non-formulaic. They didn't make the manager be the scumbag of the movie. You know what I'm saying? Because I thought that was what's going to happen, especially
sure.
later on. I thought he was going to be the scumbag, but no, he was looking out for him, and that was fine. His mama was around, which pretty much kept him grounded and kept him.
Is
Hmm?
his mom the lady in Fallout?
I haven't seen season two.
She's in the first season. She's like the
Oh
older.
no, I don't think so. We need to
I
check. I don't
think I
think
need
so.
to
I know
look
you
because
talking
like I was
about.
like, why does she look familiar to me? But she's speaking with a different accent. Like
Oh,
she's speaking with an American accent in Fallout.
she's definitely African. Let me see.
Um, I gotta
Sarah,
pull her
no,
up.
she might not be African. Wait a minute. Wait a
Is
minute.
that her?
She was in Fantastic Four. She was the lady that kept talking to Sue, Sue's friend. Head of state, F1 the movie. No, 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 no. I don't see her in no Fallout. Nope. No, she can't be because it would be in no. She was in Fantastic Four though. That's why I because I kept saying I've seen her
Yeah,
before.
like why do I know her? Is she just like a bit actor or?
She has a lot of credits. Jesus, lots of them. Anyway, she was in Fallen, The Loud House, F1, Head of State,
Oh, this is her as a young lady in this picture.
Ted Lasso. She's been on Ted Lasso. She was in the Toxic Avenger. No Fallout.
Oh.
Yeah, they do favor though. They do. You,
They look
I,
the same. Similar,
I,
not the same,
I can
but
see how you can make that assumption. Anyway, well, not even an assumption, but just I can see how you can see that. Anyway, so you know, he hits on the woman immediately, and I kind of like how she just turned on him because I thought it was going to be cold trickle and cold kissing all over again. You know.
um, I I don't. I think that their relationship like makes sense. Like it seems realistic to me, but also I feel like there's some of those things in this movie where I'm like, I didn't really need that. Like I don't feel like that needed to happen. Especially, well, it's hard to talk about this movie without talking about the ending, but especially since it doesn't really go anywhere.
No, and I will say this: when they did finally get the cheeks, she seemed like she was in love. When
Yeah, she was
I was
like grasping his arm.
like,
That's like
yeah,
That's
yeah,
boyfriend girlfriend stuff.
yeah. I was like, oh, she in love. So this is gonna go a different direction. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna agree with you on some of the things that you said in the beginning. I really did wish they had some kind of dual thing else going on because you could have fit a love story in there without it being a
Yeah,
distraction. You really could, and I think it would have been more interesting, especially with the team. But I did like how he was whipping the team to shape. I like how I love the chaos stuff. Playing C.
hmm
I was like, this is just so cool. I mean, basically, this dude, he's never going to be the star of this thing. I was very surprised he won. I thought, I mean, the star of NASCAR. I mean, not NASCAR, Formula One.
yeah, F1, yeah.
He's just there to do a bunch of damage, and show these people how to really win a race.
Yeah,
So
I think he's like there to like win at what like that's what he's known for is like winning at any cost. But that's sort of what I'm talking about with the unevenness because I also loved that he was like, don't be like rude to the team. The team we're winning for the team. We are a team. But my problem with that is that like how do you get to that level of like zen good behavior when there's still so much implied bad behavior? Do you know what I mean? Like so much that you need to correct. Like they acted like there was this switch in the movie where like they acted like there was like okay he has some room to grow. I don't know what I'm doing here. The Brad Pitt character has some room to grow, and then immediately there's that cut and they start chanting like not even chaos. They're chanting like another C word, confidence, some shit.
combat,
Combat,
yeah.
combat, and then from then forward, it's like he's a completely different
Well,
person.
I will say this: that didn't bother me at all because he came in there. He does what he does. He's not, he does what he does. He does his part. He tries to win. This team didn't know how to win. They didn't know what the hell to do. They thought it was the car. They thought it was the driver. They thought it was the team. They thought it was, everybody was effing up. The girl dropping the thing, the guy dropping the car. They didn't know how to win. But with him, they saw them sparks when he was doing his thing. And I think that it was, that one guy, the actual crew chief was like, this is bullshit, but he got on board too. He was like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, so I think because he was showing them that this is a pathway to victory, which they didn't even have a pathway to victory, Tiff. They didn't know what the hell to do. They was like,
Yeah, yeah. I think like at this point, I kind of think the implication is that yeah, he's like a wrecking ball. Like this is it. You're not going to come in first just relying on being a good driver. Like I feel like like he's a good driver. You're just not going to get there because you don't have enough money to get a second. That's going to help. So I'm gonna like be that like the hammer basically.
plus they didn't have any room for mistakes. Even though they
Right.
made a shit ton of mistakes, their career was
That's it. They did really make like there was no room, but there was that. So there's that race, like you're saying, where they make ninth or 10th or whatever. They barely squeak in
yeah
to the qualifying for like the rest of the
get some
races. Like I don't
points.
know how that works, but like they
Well,
qualify for Las Vegas,
yeah, you have to get points, and they
right?
hadn't got a single point the whole season. So it was bad. They had no team, and the scene when he was talking about he was the ninth driver that they was trying out was hilarious to me. I thought it was just funny because he was just like,
He's
wait,
yeah, like
wait,
part of him's very zen.
right, but this is the part when we get to that interview and that guy really tried to like roast him with the bullshit, which was like, damn, dude. I mean, and reporters are reporters,
They do that, yeah.
but I love the way he handled that shit. I mean, I was like,
Excuse me.
when he didn't handle what was in, he was pissed that the guy was
But just like
doing it.
yeah, yep, yes, no
Yeah,
further like no elaboration.
totally. In the day of age, we watch everybody get on TV and lie their ass off every time they open their mouth. It's just refreshing to see somebody like, yeah, 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 I got the booty. Yeah, no, no, I didn't get the booty. No,
Uh,
no. Yeah, I wrecked the car. I was drinking and driving. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Just being real with the most rawest stuff. It was so refreshing. I mean, it's so diffusing, in any kind of campaign. Just diffuse that shit. Admit to it and move on. Anyway, so man, the kid almost kills himself because he got overzealous and the mama get mad at him. And that was very exciting. I mean, I don't know if it was boring for you, that whole race where
No, no, no. See, this is the like. So this is the parts of the movie that I'm actually okay with. Like it
the
in
race scenes.
in the beats of this kind of stuff, the racing, him getting in the accident sort of makes sense because you have like in these kind of sports movies, there's always typically there's like some kind of
Big
altering
accent. Yep.
experience.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
So like, and his accent is fucking insane. It's insane that he comes out of that with just some burnt hands because that was fucking wild. He like
Oh,
flew through the air and exploded.
I literally thought for a moment.
I thought he was dead.
Yeah, I said, "Oh, they gonna kill him off," and then
Me
this dude is gonna
too.
be the, I must avenge him. You know what
Right.
I'm
He was gonna like learn. And here's the thing. I think he was pretty hard on him, and I know why. But like, I was like, it's not like he's the worst person in the world. Like he's that, and then he goes to pull
Who
him
was
out.
when he came back? Oh, when he goes to pull him out. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. He so like, I think like
No, he would be dead if it wasn't for him.
yes, 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 and like, and I think that like
Never
there's
acknowledged though. Never acknowledged. I was like, damn, ain't nobody got,
yeah.
I mean,
And I
mama,
thought
mama cussing him
honestly,
out instead of being like, thank you for
yes,
saving my
thank you
baby.
for saving my child. And I thought, and I seriously thought they were going to carry that through. They were going to like, I didn't know if he was ever going to say
You
that,
know
like,
something?
he told him not to do that.
I think it might have been more interesting if the kid would have died. That would have been
Yeah,
like,
I wondered about, yeah, you'd be like, and then
ooh.
you had this, like, but here's the thing. It wouldn't have been a popcorn movie then, but if he did die, I think it would have been an Oscar movie. You know what
Or
I'm
closer
saying?
to one, or closer to
Close
one.
to
Yeah.
one. Like some of the there's not a lot of emotional stakes in this movie. It sort of dupes you into thinking there might be if like the idea is that they
You're right.
should be a winner, but like everything sort of just works out fine. You know what I'm saying? Like it's fine.
Yeah.
But like I mean, and there's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't make it a bad movie. I just find it odd. I mean, like for me, I didn't like it, but that's I think a personal preference. Like,
Mhm.
but like I don't like having it be an Oscar movie is sort of strange. But like okay, so we go to like he gets better, but during that time he races and he's doing really well, like well enough, you know. He's racing with that
He,
other
he,
guy.
he literally comes in and is like just a complete dick again, worse than before.
Yes.
Which
And
it
because
took.
he's that jealous of him doing well while he's not there.
Oh, he whipped that team together. They was like, hey, they out there
Yeah,
got the
running into their
team
little
dogs and stuff.
socks.
I'm like, yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
But what I liked about him doing that was that it wasn't at that kid's expense. You know what I'm saying? It was never no, they came out there fooling around with him with the running and stuff like that. It wasn't like he was trying to rally their own team. They just he's a electric, and so
Yeah, he's magnetic to these people.
big time. And so, they see the potential for winning in this dude. He does too, because he's studying his tapes and shit, trying to understand this guy. He really wants to understand, how he does what he does. And, you know, the poker scene was good. They go to Vegas and then they sit there and play poker. And I don't think he should have. I don't know how I feel about him letting him win, like them showing that he let him
Hmm.
win. Well, maybe it showed character growth that it
Yeah,
ain't all about
it's not
putting.
about the control. It's not
I'm
about
actually a
him.
team player now. I guess
Right.
so. It's saying that.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
like a little bit, and I like that we find out that both their dads both died when they were 13. It's a very kind of a throwaway moment because it's so quick, but like
And then
I'm
you
like,
got the hot
they,
cheek stiff.
oh damn, he was like, and she was like,
It was on.
so they ran up the stairs and they're, which like again, I hate to keep talking about how much money this shit is, but like that penthouse hotel
Just look at that club,
with
though.
a balcony. Yeah, the club.
Look, they had holes dangling from the ceilings.
Yes, and like and it's butt to nut, and you
Yeah,
know that
I
it's
was like,
fucking Vegas clubs are expensive,
yeah, I never.
especially if you like are up top. Like
Yeah, yeah.
I've never gone to a club in Vegas. I go to Vegas a lot, but I've never gone to a club in Vegas, and I've definitely never been up top anywhere.
Never,
You know,
seen
I've
that
never
club
been
when you
bottle
was there.
service.
Never seen that club when you was there.
But
he
like,
gets a he gets a reality check there too because
yeah.
he's like, no man, I'm racing tomorrow. I'm not going out.
Yeah, because he says that. He says, like, I'm racing, and then he kind of like I do like that character, the young buck character, Jay, what does he call him? JP, and he
JP.
hates it.
Yeah. He's
Um
like, who is JP, mate?
yeah, and he's like, you don't
You-
get to pick a nickname, which is kind of true. And so he says that, and I like how he kind of picks up these little crumbs, like, hey, okay, I'm seeing this. I'm seeing like respect for the sport that we like supposedly love, and
Oh,
they
yeah.
both do love it. They love it in a different way, and like learning to like love it. But yes, after they have sex, she's like, and
She-
where will we go from here,
yeah,
my love?
she was super
And
in
then
love.
and then like Javier Bardem knocks on the door, bap, 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 and he says like, hey, we got accused of cheating.
Now this was out of left field for me, Tiff,
Me
because
too.
she
Like
was
what for what?
no, I like that, man. I
You
like
did?
that. Yeah, I like because I mean because
But like I want to ask you this question. Does the movie have to have a villain?
Well, you got to have a
For what
foil.
reason?
Ronan has to have an enemy, man. I mean,
I
think about.
don't think so. The enemy is the self.
Well,
The
some.
enemy is growth. Like you're like you know what I mean? Like I think if you had taken that out of there, it wouldn't have affected the story at all.
Well, I think it made it harder for them at that point because he was fired, right? You
Hmm.
know, so that was bad. I mean, it went way low before they had to come even higher, and then this guy, and I didn't see it coming. I thought it might have been an old
No,
man.
I agree. I
I
agree. I
thought it,
didn't
I
see
thought it
that
might have been
coming.
the old man. I was like, was it the old dude? I don't know. Maybe he was pretending that he was on his team.
And
You know,
we should have been knowing because it was like a board member who like rich fund and shit. I'm like, yeah, you're the scumbag. You're throwing it from the inside.
and I'm glad that they did that. I'm glad it was a rich bastard, right? I'm glad it was a rich bastard because we always try to make rich bastards be Bruce Wayne on the silver screen, right? Some rich billionaire like helping the poor. Right.
That's happening all the time. We don't have any problems because they're all doing that.
They all got on capes, every last one of them, going out at night, just, cracking heads. Anyway, so, he turns down the money. You knew he wasn't gonna go for no money. First, he didn't want to do nothing that ain't gonna put him in the seat. So he gets into an accident, Tiff. Jesus. And
Yeah, that was when I was like, okay, another
yeah,
one.
yeah. So
And so then I thought, this is the serious thing,
yeah, yeah.
and they tell you it's serious,
I thought they was gonna flip us on our
but
heads.
it's not.
I thought they was gonna show him on somebody else's team. Like
Yeah, or
I thought,
something,
I
and then
thought
have a
yeah,
redemption of some sorts.
something. However, this guy was a scumbag. He was working from within. He doctored. I mean, it was a great offense to all those people working really
Yeah,
hard.
working really hard, who are
A whole
working
team.
harder than even the people who I guess I hate to. I know that like in sports, it's hard to say that one person, but if you're an underdog, you're working a lot harder because you're trying to get to the top and you're not making it. You're sliding back down, sliding back
Yeah,
down,
and you're
sliding
the
back.
underdog. You're trying different things. You don't have your processes. It's that thing. You got nothing to lose but everything to prove. And so he comes back, man. I don't know where he get the money from. Maybe he probably kept a little money of his paycheck.
Hmm.
So popped up. He came back. After he was. I thought it was funny that they didn't really jump. He didn't like lead with, "Hey, this dude just offered me a big old contract to come. He just stole your seat from you and stuff." He just led like, "I got a race." And when he told him that, he wants to die behind the wheel of a car, I was like, "Damn, shit, it won't be pleasant, Chief."
Yeah, it'll be terrible. I mean, but like I guess like it's like that's another thing that's understandable for his character that would
Mhm.
be something that he would want and like pursue.
Yeah,
So we get to see this like last, and here's the thing about this point in the movie, I'm like, oh, this like there's so many times that this movie could have just ended that like would have been like also I think would have like increased some of like an Oscar feel. Like I don't need to see the ending to assume an ending. Like especially like so what I'm saying is like okay, so he comes back and we see him like we see the JP is like, you know what? He's gone. We're going to do our best. We're not going to give up. He has his come to Jesus moment where he's like, I bought you some socks. We're going to run. And then we see him coming down. We see
yeah.
Brad Pitt's character come walking down, which by the way, his name is like Sonny Hayes.
Sonny Hayes. Yeah,
That's barf. But
Sonny
like,
Hayes.
so he's walking down.
Sounds
The
like a
Sonny's
restaurant
walking
guy
down.
for
Thing.
me.
If that's like that could have been the end of the movie, right? Like,
No,
fine.
I would have hated that.
Yeah.
I would have
Why?
hated that. I would have
That would
hated
have
that.
been
I want to
like,
see them do their thing. Now they didn't did all this build. That's like seeing Superman get healed from kryptonite, and
mm.
he don't go fight the villain. You better go beat that ass, Supes. I want to see. I've invested in this ass whooping. So the part that did trick me is
Mm,
that I thought the movie was going to be predictable. I thought like because he was doing a concussion thing, and I was like,
mm-hmm.
he obviously has a concussion. He's not going to win the concussion, and the kid is going to win. And whoa, yeah, that was cool, but it would have been very predictable. So for me, unpredictably so, the kid wiping out and the old man winning, I was like,
I
huh,
will. I'll allow it, McCoy.
oh, it's like
I was watching that too, and I thought I gotta be. if anything, I have to be honest while we're doing this review
Right.
because otherwise it's just bullshit. When the kid was gonna win, I was like, here's some more by the book bullshit.
It was
And
like forecasted, right?
then they were like, no, he's gonna go out on the tire, and then like, so Sonny comes through. Now here's the thing, I still thought, which was like, so I was like, okay, all right, you got me,
Yeah, you
but
got
like, but but I seriously thought for a little bit that when they went to go out to the car, he would be dead.
I did too. I
Mm-hmm.
did too. Now here's the bullshit of all bullshit in this movie. This man won that race. If you ever see these races, he's not going anywhere. He is not slickety slicking through the crowd like Assassin's Creed or some shit, and leave. I mean, them reporters is like, I mean, and it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. And they switching hats and with different names on your head. You ain't slipping through nobody, snaky. I was
No,
like, oh, he didn't made it. Nobody's paying attention.
but
Bullshit.
he
He
was also up there like with the
no,
champagne,
no. That
like
thing, that shit lasts for hours.
right.
That
And everyone's like, where is he? Where is he? So then it's like, okay, whatever, right?
yeah,
But like, what I don't understand is like, so then he sees we see the woman,
yeah,
and he's like, can I see you down the road? What down the road, 85-year-old man?
yeah. I'm like, y'all ain't young
This is
bucks.
not a young man's game. Like, like, are you kidding?
Yeah, dude.
I was like, okay, all right, Grandpa, go off. And then I thought, because Montego, because I still thought he's gonna go off and die. That's why he's saying like, down the road, I'll see ya.
I didn't think he was gonna die at that point. I figured he was going to race, and I was like, he gonna do Baja. But then I was like,
How
is
did
he?
you know that?
Well, because they showed it earlier. He was gonna.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
I didn't.
they had that little clip, about
I was
how.
like, that's so smart.
Oh, no. They forecasted, and so when he showed up, with this team that don't got no coin, I was like, huh, okay, and then
He's gonna rattle your old bones around.
yeah, I'm
Like
like,
you
dude,
already, like
the
you're
car,
done. You're cooked.
F1 was kicking your ass.
Right. Like that. This is like dune buggy shit. Gonna rattle your brains. Like, okay.
I thought it was
So
interesting. He had no helmet on in that thing too. I was like, no, they always
Mr.
have no helmet.
Concussion's here to
Right,
ruin everyone's day. And then
right.
he's like, and also like when he brings the Javier Bardem that contract and he's like, you won't get in trouble. I don't know how much people listening to this know about that shit, but those usually can be got around. You get
Yeah,
your ass sued up. You know
yeah.
what I mean? But so here's the thing. Here's what this movie felt like to me at the end.
Well, wait a second before you say that. Due
Yeah,
respect, the man did not have a family, so you didn't have to worry about his
that's
family coming to
true.
see
That's
your ass
true. He
afterwards. It
just
was just
wants
like,
racing is everything.
yep, yeah. You don't have to worry about
Um,
the family coming out of nowhere talking about my daddy. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But this movie, have you ever seen Homeward Bound?
No, my kids used to play it all the time, and
There's
I
a scene
never
at the end of that movie. Spoiler alert for a movie that's like 30 years old at
40
this
years
point.
old. Yeah.
Yeah, it's about three animals.
Yeah,
Cat,
Michael J. Fox is one of them. Yeah,
You're right. Michael J. Fox is like the little white dog. Uh, so we've got two dogs. One's really old. Okay. At the end of this movie, at the end of Homeward Bound, all the pets come running out, but the old dog. And the kid says he wasn't gonna make it. He was just too old.
mm.
And then that dog comes limping out, and everyone's like, ah! That's what I fucking thought when his old ass came rolling across that finish line. Was like all the men in the audience like he wasn't gonna make it. He's just too old. And then and they're like, yeah, we're not dead yet, fellas. We're not in the ground.
Due respect, there has been old
Mm,
dudes winning races all over the world. So.
He did say that. They did make sure to say that in the
No,
movie.
no. I
They
mean,
were
yeah,
like,
you're right.
hey
Yeah.
guys, hey
Shit.
guys. Also, I enjoyed all the close-ups on Brad Pitt's abs. They're like, hey, look at this. And I also enjoyed the mom being like, you said he was old and he's hot. I'm like,
Yeah,
we get
yeah.
it. Because I don't know if you know this, but this movie is made by Brad Pitt's production company.
No, I did not realize that. Here's something that was out of character for me. I want that shirt he was wearing when the lady come to see him at the end. It was all like soft and big cotton. I was like, "That's a sexy ass shirt. I want that shirt." I was
Where,
like, but but
where
but,
do
but
you get the
it
shirt?
looked very uncharacteristic for him to have on that outfit in the end with the tan pants. I was like, "That ain't." He's a flannel
Like a
button down
Hawaiian
dude.
shirt,
Yeah, yeah,
board
yeah.
shorts.
I was like, they kind of messed up with this one. Now I'll say this and I'm trying to
That was
wrap
he
it up.
got. He guess we got like with his money was the fancy shirt.
I guess he got him a fancy shirt. So let's talk about the score real quick.
Hmm.
So the movie starts very American, rock and
Hmm.
roll, old school American.
Yeah.
It was all geared toward Brad Pitt's character, and I'm like, this sucks because I mean, granted, it wasn't like terrible, terrible music.
It was
But
very predictable music though. It was like
you're in Formula One. This is an international thing. Apple could have introduced so many like dope like artists that from different countries that shit that
yes.
nice rack and beats and shit.
Yes.
Wherever they went, they could have been like, if they're in India,
Mhm.
all the shit. They could have. I was like, what a missed opportunity. But they kept it. They wanted to keep it old America here. And I'm like, all this old ass rock and roll, or even old sounding rock and roll. I was like, that's a missed opportunity because you should have brought the more international feel of the whole thing in.
The only time I feel like they did slightly different music was sometimes when they were focused and honestly,
On a
I'm not
kid.
one to I'm not one to speak, but it felt a little racist.
It was like all urban and shit.
Yes, it was yes, it was like all rap. And I was like, this is so uneven. It should be this rap all of the time, or like not just when the black character's on the screen.
Well, yeah. Well, again, missed opportunity. You guys,
Agreed.
you should
Agreed. They could have had some really
international
amazing music, and they have access to all that shit
all
because
of it.
they're Apple. As a
Exactly.
matter of fact, let me tell you a little story about. I had to fucking get Apple Plus back for this movie because it's only on. You could rent it, but
Oh,
why would I rent it for $20 when I can pay $12.99 to have a month
oh,
of Apple Plus?
yeah, good. That's a
Right.
good damn point.
So, so I was like, I'll just have it and turn it off. Like I already turned it off, so I just
Yeah,
got it for the month, and I'll watch all the shows and do
you
whatever.
can cancel the subscription after you like
Right.
make that
Just
payment.
immediately.
So
And so
smart.
like I just turned it off.
Yeah.
But when I was doing that, when I turned it back on, and I don't know if this happened the last time, but I don't remember it happening. It was like, just so you know, Apple's looking at everything you do on your phone, and we're gonna like make recommendations based on it, and you cannot turn it off.
Really.
And I was like, fuck you. I'm deleting this as soon as possible, and I'm never coming back, no matter how good your shit is. I don't want your recommendations. Mind your fucking business. I
Yeah,
I know what I like.
I hate the world. I do.
Yeah, that's right. And that's exactly what I thought. I thought we let them do this. We said
Yeah.
every time we signed up for Instagram and
Yeah.
Facebook, and we said, sure, share my shit. Look at my, because we didn't read the terms of service, and they're like, we're gonna sell all your data. Everything's gone.
For Disney, they're the worst ones in the world for this because
Terrible.
in their subscription, like if you get hurt in their parks, people have gotten hurt in their parks, and that thing says you can't sue them. You have to go to mediation for anything, and like because it has happened, and like it got really big. I remember when I think that gator like attacked that kid there and all this stuff, and that fine print signing up for if you ever sign up for for Disney Plus. You forfeit your rights to own any of their properties. Ain't that a bitch?
I'm
How
insidious because I
diabolical is that?
because I wanted to stream The Little Mermaid.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
make me sick.
Yeah, that's diabolical, man.
That's fucking that's like you're the Disney villain.
You
Disney
are
is the Disney villain of the earth.
literally you make the Disney villain seem like he okay. He ain't
Yeah,
so
like I'd
bad.
rather show up and have Scar in my house any day than you motherfuckers and your 20,000 lawyers all out to
Exactly.
say like you and your family are not shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna take you and your family and your money and your dog and I'm gonna take it
Right.
all and guess what? I don't even need it.
Hey, you fell off the monorail because it was our fault and we ain't strap your ass down and get drug all the way through into a bloody pope. Your family ain't getting shit.
Yeah, you
It's what you
we
signed.
we knew it was broken, but we didn't want to shut it down for the day because we knew people would be pissed off. Too
You signed.
bad. You
You
streamed
had.
Hunchback of Notre Dame years ago. Now you're fucking cooked. You're done.
It's true. I'm being serious. It's true.
That's fucked up. It's
It is.
fucked up.
It is. So
Holy
it makes you
shit.
think when you're signing up for these streaming services, the shit
What
you
else we're
sign.
signing away?
Yeah. Or
It
any of these internet services, any of them,
really, and it's all, and the thing about it is that like what I really hate is when anyone, somebody for the company or somebody that you know who's really snotty, was
Yeah.
like, you should have read it, and I'm like, go fuck yourself, go
Yeah.
fuck yourself.
What is it like? 6,000 spaces of text and
Right.
shit, you know.
Like, I don't have time. I don't have time. I have a job to
It's like
read
to
10
my
million
lawyer.
pages.
Could you imagine taking your shit to your lawyer before you sign? And your lawyer be like, any lawyer be worth their salt, like, oh, don't sign me for that.
They would. They would
Don't,
sign
don't
it.
do
And
that.
even if they themselves have signed it, they would advise you not to sign
They
that.
would advise you not. That would be the best advice. Is just leave all that shit
Jesus
alone.
Christ.
Anyway, man, we can't do the damn thing. We got it done. We're having fun. We watch F1. I don't know what we're gonna do next week because I don't know if we're running out of time. But I want to continue our Oscar plunge, even though we're getting to the shittier stuff
Would
at
you
this
know
point.
what would be available to what is next on the Oscar list? Best movie. I'm assuming you're doing best movies.
I was doing best movie. I mean that's what we have done. We have
Yeah.
like
Have you? Well, do you know what else is left on the best movie list?
I do not. I don't know.
Should we look really quick, or are we done?
If you're
Let's
looking,
see.
if you're
Best
looking,
movie Oscars 2026, right?
yep.
I know
2025.
that they're like, I know it's
2025.
2025, but
Yeah, yeah.
um Marty Supreme, which is like still in the theater.
I know Secret Agent is.
Frankenstein, which we've already seen.
Yep.
Sentimental Value.
Don't know what that is.
I don't either. And Hamnet.
Well, what about? I thought a movie called Secret Agent
Oh,
was on.
Begonia.
Yeah.
Train Dreams.
I don't know what that
And
one.
The Secret Agent. You are
Yeah,
absolutely correct.
yeah. So I don't know what any of those movies about. Let's take a look at them.
Train Dreams is definitely streaming. That
That's
makes a
all you give a
difference.
shit about. I think
No,
all this stuff.
here's the thing. I want to go to the theater and see have fun, like have fun, don't die, or whatever that movie is called.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Um, that looks great to
Yeah.
me. But I know we're doing Oscars right now, so I'm up for anything. I'll even go to the theater.
Okay, well, we'll check it out and see, and
Okay.
we'll let you guys know. So, I'm the host of Fans of Patrol. My name is Montego. With me is my wonderful co-host, Mr. Fabot. Say goodbye to the people, Tiff.
It's been a pleasure as always.
And until next week, man, we will be on
On